Hello, hello! Shelly Thrifty Farm Mama here. I wanted to do a quick video on how I do shipping because when I was first starting out, that was probably my biggest fear, is doing shipping, and I didn't know how to do it, and it was very overwhelming to me. I didn't have a lot of time to do a ton of research, so what helped me the most is going on YouTube and looking up how to do shipping, how other people do shipping, how other resellers do it through eBay. And so I learned so much, and I was able to avoid a lot of the common problems when you first start out and mistakes that you make. So I am really glad that I did. So, and what I learned too, real quick, is that everybody does their shipping differently. Every reseller does it differently. So I learned a lot. I learned some things from some people, and I've kind of eclectically put it all together, and I'm trying different things. I'm constantly learning, so I would love to hear how you guys do shipping, and if you do it differently, and what has worked for you and what hasn't worked for you, because I'm 6 months into this. I'm still figuring it all out. So I'll just tell you how I do it now, and then we will just, and it'll probably change, and I'll probably figure something else out. And but first, I just want to say thank you to those of you who have watched my videos and who have given me words of encouragement and subscribed to my channel and given me thumbs up. Like, that's so encouraging to me, and I appreciate that. And that I'm not alone out there. So thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. So how I charge for shipping is dependent on the weight of the item. I do a lot of clothes, mostly women's clothes, a lot of jeans. And so I've gotten very comfortable with how I ship and what I ship. I do a lot of first class. What I recommend is, if you're not familiar with the shipping process, is to go onto eBay and see how they do the shipping. Check out all the different options. And that was part that was overwhelming, and was there were so many things to choose, and it's not just one set way to do shipping. Like, you have a lot of choices, and that you can choose if you want to charge shipping, if you want to do the full price, if you want to do a discounted shipping, if you want to do free shipping. Like, there's just so many different things out there. So I've been playing around with a lot of the shipping costs and what's going to attract more buyers. eBay recommends doing free shipping, but what I found is, when I'm doing free shipping and my items are not huge ticket items, I'm selling, averaging around $10, $15, some less than $10. So if I did free shipping, that really cut into my profit. But yet I found that if I did full shipping or calculated shipping, I didn't sell as much. So, and then sometimes it charged the buyer way more than what I was paying, and then I kind of felt bad. And what I decided to do was to offer a discounted shipping to my buyers. And so anything under 8 ounces, it costs me $2.77 to ship, and then eBay does charge like a 9% fee on that too. So probably cost me a little more than that. But anything under 8 ounces, I typically will charge $1.99 to $2.99, hoping that it will attract more buyers, and that they want to pay less in shipping than from a buyer, say, with a similar item that is charging calculated shipping, where they're going to pay a couple bucks more. And I'm willing to cut the difference. That's okay for now. And I've experimented all around. And so if it's over 8 ounces, 8 ounces up to 16 ounces, I typically will charge like between $3.99, $4.99 if it's closer to that 16 ounce mark, just to cover my expenses and my cost. And it still looks like a discount to my buyers. It's still giving them a little bit of a deal. And then again, if I have to pay 50 cents or whatever, then so be it. That's okay. If it's over a pound, it just depends. I weigh everything before I list it, or while I'm doing the listing. I weigh everything. I figure out, how am I going to ship this item? Is it going to go first class? Is it going to go padded flat rate, legal envelope? So that I know how much I'm going to be charging my customer. And another thing too, if you do calculated shipping and it's over a pound, it's going to vary in cost depending on where you're sending it, where it's going. So that you have to take that into calculation. I live all the way on the West Coast. I sell a lot of stuff to Florida, a lot of stuff to New York. So I like doing the first class because it's going to cost the same no matter where I send it. But if it's over £1, it's going to vary, sometimes significantly. So you kind of have to put that into consideration. So sometimes if it's a heavier item and I know that it's pricier, and I will do calculated shipping for my customers, but I will give them many options. So you can add options for your customer and they can choose how they want it shipped. They can do, if it's, they can do USPS priority where it's going to get there, in 1 to 3 days. They can do parcel select USPS, which is kind of like a ground transportation. It can take, between 7 and 10 days to get there. You can do FedEx. You can do expedited. Expedited is super expensive, but if somebody wants it, like within 24 hours, they'll pay up and they'll pay for it. I haven't done any expedited shipping personally yet. I don't think I have had any items that were like, oh my gosh, I have to have this right now. So that may come probably someday, but not yet. It's still early in the game. Anyway, so I like giving my buyers options. Like yesterday, I sold a pair of vintage 1980s pink Keds that were size 10 in mint condition. And I put 3 options for shipping. One was a padded flat rate because I knew I could get them in a padded flat rate, but padded flat rate can get squished, whatever. So I gave that as an option and I put it in there, this can go in padded flat rate if you want. That was the cheapest option for sending. And the buyer did choose a padded flat rate, which I bubble wrapped it and then put it in there, so that it was protected. At least it's not like gonna break, but it could get a little squished. So anyway, those are kind of the options. So I'm going to just show you what I do and what I ship in. And mostly because I ship in clothes, I mostly do first class. And because I have a store, I get a coupon once a quarter. You get a coupon for a basic store of $25. I'm not sure what it is with the Premier. Is it $50 or $75 coupon? So you can go on eBay and you can buy shipping supplies, which I love. And I did, the first time I did it, I've done it twice now. The first time I did it, I bought tape. So it's eBay tape. It's kind of crappy tape. I don't really like it that much. I do use it when I'm boxing up, when I'm taping boxes. That's pretty much all I use it for. If it's a heavier box, I won't use this because it's not super sturdy. Oh, and this tape gun, I got it at the Goodwill outlet. So I probably only paid, because our Goodwill outlet's like 59 cents a pound for hardware or for wares, kitchen stuff, whatever. So I probably only paid less than 50 cents for this. So that was an awesome deal. Anyway, off topic, but so I mainly use these. These are great. I love them. They're thick. They weigh 0.4 ounces. So I know to put that in my, to add that to my total. They don't tear. They don't rip. They're not super cheap. They have a double sticky so that, you tape the first one. And then if your buyer doesn't like your item for some reason or needs to return it, they can use the same envelope and just put a new label on the front and just send it right back to you. And that I don't get very many returns, but the few that I have gotten, that's been really helpful for the buyer to be able to do that. So I use this one a lot for clothing. I also bought on Amazon these smaller ones, 6x9. I have pink ones and I have white ones. And these I put like lingerie, kids clothes, smaller items. I can put in these if they're under £1. And the label fits like perfectly on here. It's not a worry. So I use those too. I'm showing you the ones I use the most. I also have, actually, this is not one I use the most. So I have my priority flat rates. And these are wonderful. They are 9.5 by 12.5. You can fit a lot in these things. So if you have like a heavier item, clothing item that's over £1, I will get it in here and I will pay the $6.30 instead of $8 to $10 it would cost me to put it in a box. So if you can get it in here, it'll ship, and you have to seal it. You cannot tape it all closed. It has to be able to seal. I have reinforced it with some tape, but I haven't had to like finagle and add stuff to it. So that is another one to use, and you can get these free. Go to the USPS.com website and order supplies. When I first started, I ordered a variety of things because I didn't know what I was going to be using, and it just depends on what you're going to be shipping, what you're selling, all of that. But I ordered like 100 of these, and I'm so glad I did because they take a while to get to you. They don't just come in a couple days. And also, so you order different boxes, order small, medium, and large flat rate boxes, order regular priority mailboxes in different sizes, like a variety pack, just so that you have stuff on hand. Now, when you do order USPS, you have to ship it through USPS. You cannot use the USPS boxes to ship through FedEx or any other way. It has to go priority. It has to go what it says, and it has to go USPS, because they're basically paying for you to use their service by sending you free boxes. So they're not quite free because you don't have to pay for them, but you have to use their services. So just an FYI. I also use these a lot. These are the flat rate envelopes, and this is what I ship most of my jeans in. And yes, I can get jeans in these envelopes. And if you guys want to see how I fold my jeans to fit in here, just let me know, and I can do a little video on how I fold them to fit in here. Again, the key is that you cannot tape this closed. You cannot tape it around to make it closed. It has to be able to seal. I have reinforced the sides before, but I have not taped all the way across, to make sure that it closes. So you have to be able to tape it and get it sealed in order to be able to use this. Otherwise, the post office will not be happy and they may not accept it. So, but I use these a lot, and they have these usually in abundance at your post office, or you can order them online when you put in your order through USPS, and they will send you, I think I ordered like 100 of them, and I'm almost gone. They're almost gone. So I use those. And then I did order some large poly bags, poly mailers. These are really lightweight. They're kind of cheap, but these are for items that are fairly light, that you don't want to put into a box, or that are weird shaped, or like a teddy bear or something like that, that's a little bit lighter, that's not going to break or squish. You can put them in here and mail them in there too. So I've used those a few times for mailing weird shaped items. And then we have bought these boxes. I think they are like 17 cents each or something at Walmart. And these are really good for shoes. So because shoes are shoes usually weigh between 1 and 2 pounds. I don't sell a lot of shoes because I don't really like shoes, but my husband loves them, and he's very good at cleaning them. He's very good at getting them looking really good. So he uses these boxes, and we ship a lot of our stuff, our heavier stuff, through FedEx SmartPost. I know that there are a lot of resellers that don't like it, who have had really bad experiences, and I'm kind of leery, but I haven't had any bad experiences yet. But I haven't shipped anything fragile. I haven't shipped anything that was really expensive. So I haven't had any problems with them, and they've been pretty good. And it's always cheaper through pretty much. I have not found one instance where it wasn't cheaper to go through FedEx SmartPost than USPS. So a tip of where to find different shape boxes too, a couple things. A lot of, so behind like Targets and Walmart, they have their recycling garbages, like bins or dumpsters. You can get a ton of boxes in there, all different shapes and sizes. They're usually already broken down, so you can just use them. Also, go into a grocery store or your local Walmart in the evening and tell them you're wanting boxes, and a lot of stores will put them aside for you, all different shapes and sizes. So you really don't have to pay for boxes. You can find boxes for free, so don't feel like you have to go out and buy a bunch of supplies. You don't. This is stuff that I have invested in because I prefer it. It's easier for me. So, but you don't have to go out and buy them. You don't have to buy packing material. I mean, if you don't want to, but I did because I like the way it looks. So that's and then these are just some of the different priority mail size boxes that you can order for just different things. We also use this too. These are the priority mail shoe boxes, and we will ship stuff in here as well if the customer wants it, because FedEx SmartPost is not a quick service. So if they want it faster and they want to pay for it to go through USPS, we'll put the shoes in here, and that seems to work just fine. I also use a regional rate A box because I'm on the West Coast. So if I can fit it in here, this usually ends up being cheaper than just regular priority as well. So I like those. I have a stash of these as well. So just go on the site and just go order some stuff and figure out what's going to work for you. So for my packing supplies, I use just regular packing paper that I bought at Walmart. It's not very expensive. I don't remember how much it was, like $6, $7, I don't know, something like that. And I'll wrap clothes in that sometimes, or I'll line a box with it if I'm going to put stuff in, just to kind of make it look nice. We'll use it to stuff shoes, like all kinds of stuff. And then another one that we use is this large bubble wrap. Again, I got it at Walmart. I know you can order these online too, but we don't use a ton of this. This is my second roll, and I haven't even, I just finished off my first roll in 6 months. Now, if my sales start increasing or whatever, I might need to get more, but again, it's not super expensive, and it's a write-off because it's an office supply. I only use it for my business. So I use that. I'll wrap shoes in that. I'll wrap anything that is fragile, anything that has the potential for getting squished or whatever. And then I'll wrap that in that. My labels, I do get the double-sided. These are the self-adhesive ones. I recommend that because I used just regular paper at first, and it was kind of a pain to tape it up. And then when I started shipping out 3, 4, 5, 6 items a day, it got really old really fast. So I recommend getting the sticky ones. I'm actually, I almost threw my first box of 500. So I'm almost out of it. So here's my clear tape. I use clear tape a lot. In the wintertime, I'll actually put a piece of clear tape over the customer's address and name. So if it gets wet in the mail, like it's still there. It's not going to get lost in the mail. I've knock on wood, I have not lost one item yet. So that's good. Now my clothes, I don't just throw my clothes in the bag, just, willy-nilly. I actually put all my clothes into a clear poly bag. Because I think it looks more professional. I think it looks better. If I got this in the mail, because I want to do what I would like. So if I got this in the mail and I also put like a little thank you sticker on, I just got these on Amazon again, because I don't have a ton of time, so I need to make it quick. So I'll just throw like a little thank you sticker on the front. Thank you. And I know some people do cards. I don't have time to write cards. And plus my penmanship is horrible. So it looks like a 12-year-old boy would write it. So I just throw a little sticker on there. Now I did do a handwritten card this last weekend because I had a customer buy 17 items from my store this weekend. And it was amazing. We had great communication. So I hand wrote a thank you card for her. And I also included, because I could tell by the items she was buying, I knew her style. I included an extra article of clothing that I felt she would like as a thank you for purchasing so much from my store. It boosted my sales so much. So, and packaging does have an effect. I know that a lot of resellers just kind of throw their clothes into a bag and seal it and call it good, which is fine. I do what works for you, but I just like the way it looks, and I'm willing to pay the extra few cents to order bags. And so I ordered a variety of bags. You can get them, again, I just got them on Amazon. And I ordered like different sizes for depending on what the article of clothing is that I'm shipping. And then I'll put them in the bags, put a thank you, and then put it in whatever envelope I'm sending it in. And that's how I ship it. And that seems to work really well, because I do think that what your presentation says a lot, and you want things to look nice when they open it up. You don't want it to be in a wadded up ball inside of the bag. So make it look nice. Put a sticker on it. How hard is it to put a little sticker on it? And those stickers did not cost me very much. And they come in like a roll of 1,000. So it's a lot. So that's basically kind of how I do shipping. I don't have a set time of day that I do it, because it just depends on when I have time. So I don't do a ton of sold videos, because I'm just I kind of do it when I get a chance. And I'm going to try to do them on Sundays though, because on the weekends I don't have to ship it every day. So that's good. So I'll try to do a sold video on Sundays so that you guys see what is going out of my store too. And that gives you an idea of what are people buying? Like, what should I be looking for while I'm at the thrift store? What should I be keeping my eye out for? And then how much they sell for. That is always helpful to me to see like what actually people are buying, not just what the resellers are finding, but like what are people buying. So hopefully that was helpful at all. And if you have any advice for me, I'm open. Like if you're like, you're doing this wrong, or hey, here's an easier way to do it. I'm open to any advice that anybody has, and hopefully that maybe it was helpful for somebody out there. And this is a system that works well for me for selling clothes, and we'll see how it goes later. But yeah, if you like my videos, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and yeah, that's about it. So have a great weekend. Happy Good Friday and happy Easter coming up. And maybe I'll see you guys on Sunday evening, maybe with the hubby again. We'll see how Easter day goes, and hopefully all the kids won't be all too sugared up. So anyway, all right, you guys, have a great weekend. Thanks again for watching my show. Bye.